from horses, birds, fishes, even from trees and from plants. Every living thing here on Earth is interconnected with each other, not only in an ecological way, but in an evolutionary way as explained in Charles Darwin's concept of evolution. To further understand Darwin's claims, I divide the topic into 4 parts, abbreviated by the word VENT, which stands for variation, environment, natural selection, and time. So first is variation. Variation occurs due to the mixing of the 2 parental DNAs, which results to some traits being taken from the mother and that from the father. At the same time, when sex cells divide during meiosis, mutation does occur naturally. Mutation means that some base pairs get randomly deleted, inserted, or replaced, which may or may not cause physical changes to an offspring. In result, the offsprings of an organism should be physically different from each other due to variation. Second is environment. According to Malthus, as the population increases exponentially, the resources would only increase linearly. Thus, as the gap of the 2 variables widens, the more species would battle it out for them to survive. This means that the survival rate of an organism depends on their capability to interact with the environment. Take for example the giraffes. If the environment is full of very tall trees, only the giraffes with longer necks can survive. Meanwhile, if it's full of shrubs and bushes, only the ones with the shorter necks will survive. This means the environment naturally selects the organisms that will or will not survive, which leads us to number 3, natural selection. According to Darwin in his book, natural selection is the principle by which each slight variation of a trait, if useful, is preserved. So only the desirable variation, as based from its environment, is the one that is passed on generations and generations. Fourth is time. Evolution does not happen immediately. It requires a very long time frame for a species to variate and diverge so much to the point that when the 2 diverged organisms mate, it can't produce an offspring. To fully understand this, let's see the evolutionary path the ancestors of the Galapagos finches from 2 million years ago. When the ancestral bird arrived in the islands, its offspring had flew to the other islands and stayed there. Over time, as variation and natural selection happened continuously, and the fact that each island is different from the other islands, it created over 15 new species of finches that can be found in the archipelago. So in summary, evolution propounds the capability of a species to diversify through time. So, when someone tells you that we came from apes, you now have the knowledge to correct them.